Yeah, I had a feeling we were going to go live, so it's really good.
Yeah.
And you sound good, though. Everything's sounding good. So right now we're
Okay.
streaming. We're getting ready to do this. And just hold on one second. Ooh, I have a little bit of a runny nose, too. But right now I needed a little. I'm a little dry. My lips are a little dry. Okay, so I'm going to go into Zoom and start recording this. Okay, so we are live, and of course, it's going to take a few minutes for our viewers to kind of funnel in here, but I'm going to begin. So, hi everyone, welcome to the GoldFish Report. I'm your host, Louisa. Today is Thursday, April 23rd, 2020, and today is GoldFish Report number 484. I have the pleasure of introducing a former Jersey girl who I adore and who is a very gifted healer and owner of Whitewinds Rock Shop and Trading Post, Sandy Whitewinds. Thank you so much for joining us, Sandy. Welcome to the GoldFish Report.
Oh, well, thank you for inviting me. This is quite exciting. I'm a little bit nervous, but that's all right in the beginning.
Yeah, well, I have to tell you that you're out in Utah right now, Enterprise, Utah. So anybody who's watching and is near Enterprise, Utah, you can stop by the White Winds Rock Shop and Trading Post. And this is what's right behind Sandy right now. And today we're going to talk about crystals. We're going to talk about energy. We're going to talk about frequency healing and all kinds of things, even including astrology and how this is Sandy's going to explain it, not me. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Elizabeth. Nice to see you. I'm waving to people in the chat because our viewers are starting to funnel in now. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. So let me just get started. You and I were just chit-chatting about the astrology. What you're saying? We have a new moon in Taurus now, and what does this mean, and how can we utilize it? A lot of people don't know anything about astrology, and they know that we don't know anything about the Chiron and the trine and the what does all this mean? It can be a little overwhelming.
Yeah, I leave that up to the experts. I have
Okay.
a couple of pages that I look onto each day because, you can only just have so much information in your head. But I do kind of keep track of the new moon and the full moon because they seem to affect us the most. And what I love about the new moon is we're giving an opportunity because the moon was new, we let go of everything. We just kind of let go. And now that we're going into the full moon, we have the opportunity of bringing new things into our life. And so this is a great time, especially with Taurus. Taurus is about comfort levels, bringing in new comfort levels in for yourself, which we're all learning how to do right now.
So, usually I talk a lot about politics, and I'm really, really glad today that we're not talking about that. So
Oh, me too.
it's,
We
yeah,
need a
it's
break.
absolutely because it's crazy. It's just crazy what's going on right now.
It is.
And people are stuck in their homes, as we were talking, and a lot of people are really concerned about this, about catching this virus. I'm not quite sure it's really everything it's coughed up to be. I hate to, what a terrible
It's all
corny
right.
pun.
It's all
What a
right.
corny
Well,
pun
that
that
was a good
was.
no.
Well, I was going to
Listen,
say
if we don't have a sense of
choked up.
humor, we're going to lose it.
I know, right? But I noticed that you have some things in your well, let me just ask you, do you want to just give our viewers a little bit of an idea of your background, how you became to open up your shop here?
Sure. Back in 1989, I discovered crystals and I went on this crazy hunt to find every crystal that I could possibly find. And all I wanted to know every single morning, I would read about a different stone and the healing properties of them. And then I had the wonderful opportunity of going to Taos, New Mexico and studying with Katrina Raphael. There I learned the 3 levels of crystal therapy. And it's an ancient art of placing stones on the body, on the different chakras, and opening them, closing them, bringing in new balanced energy. And I did that for 10 years when I lived in New Jersey. So from 89 to 99, that's where I lived. And I did my practice, but I would also go to like little art shows and things like that and sell crystals. And then all of a sudden I just knew I had to go out west because, you guys have a lot of rain and great days. And so I said, I got to go where the sun shines more often. So I ended up out in Las Vegas for a year. And there I had my spiritual sabbatical. I had to kind of get balanced. And then I discovered Utah. And I went, oh my gosh, this is where I'm supposed to live. So I moved to Utah, and I thought I was going to be able to do the healing work, but they weren't quite ready for it. So I worked for a wilderness therapy program for 3 years, and then I went out to different art shows and, put up the tent, took down the tent. And then I discovered that there was a little shop open up right here in Enterprise, right where I live, in the convenience store. And so I opened up my shop in the convenience store back in 2009, and I have been here ever since.
Wow, and it's much drier there.
Yes. We have sunshine 300 days a year.
Oh, well, that's lovely, yeah,
It-
right now, we're having every other day, if we're lucky, sunshine.
Yeah, I've been watching the weather. I have several family members who still live there, so I
Yeah.
kind of see what they're going through.
Well, I also happen to know one of those family members, and I can tell you that you have a very talented, if you come from a group of talented people and, very talented in the spiritual arts and the gifts, so
Yeah, we're lucky. We have, quite a history of different people that have done different things. And we
yeah.
were kind of like educated in that way of my mom would ask us every morning, so what did you dream last night?
Ooh.
And if we were misbehaving or complaining about something, she would always say, oh, that's because in your previous life you had servants, but you don't have them now. So that's
Wow,
was
that's
the way
pretty
she would
cool.
talk. That was her vocabulary with us.
That's far out. I mean, that's a pretty cool mom to have to be
Yeah,
asking
she's
stuff like that and kind of, being open-minded about things and not so within any kind of dogmatic kind of, okay,
well,
wow,
yeah,
which
that's
most of
why
us had.
absolutely. That's why I've been open to frequency, energies, crystals,
Yeah.
herbs, essential oils. I've never questioned it because it's kind of part of me.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is indeed. And I have to tell you that, we've had a few other people on the program. Everybody knows Dr. Scott Werner, who's over he's in Utah also, isn't he? Yeah. He's in St. George, I think. Isn't he?
Yeah,
Not
and
far from
St.
you.
George, yeah, St. George is about
Good
an
phone.
hour south of where I'm located because there's actually two enterprises in Utah, but I'm in the. Yeah, I know.
Is
I'm
there really?
Yeah, the one that's up north, there's only like 100 people in it. But I'm in the southwest corner, close to St. George.
Okay, all right. I'm glad I brought that up because who knew,
Yeah,
right? Oh,
yeah.
geez. Who knew?
We'd hate to send them up to the Salt Lake area. So
Well, talking about salty things, you have a Himalayan salt lamp behind you, and I
yes,
love how you have them lit up there right behind you.
yeah.
What is the real benefit of having these salt
Uh,
lamps around
well, the
us?
salt lamps, they give off negative ions, and it's very confusing because we're so used to positive meaning good and negative not so
Okay.
good. But negative ions are, I wish I was more of a scientist to say exactly how it works, but all I know is negative ions give you a sense of calmness. It's kind of when you go stand in front of the ocean, you get the negative ions. When you're out in a big open field, you get negative ions. When you're in a shower, you get negative ions. Now, computers, fluorescent lights, cell phones give off positive ions. So we need to balance it out. So that's why I have several salt lamps in my shop right now going. And when people walk into the shop, the first thing they say is, oh my gosh, it feels so good in here. And it's because of all the crystals and
Oh,
the salt lamps and, just the whole shop is, I set it up as my sacred space since I do spend most of my time here
right.
in the day.
Now, the
So,
thing about crystals is interesting. Okay, I was recently over at near the Grand. I was on my way to the Grand Canyon, and we stopped by some little place, and it had these gigantic stone, crystals. And the friend that I was with, she says she does light language talk conversation. She said the stone literally was talking to her, and told her like that we had beautiful souls when we were walking in and out of the place.
Yes. And people feel, they feel things differently. Some people
Yeah.
will feel a vibration. Some
Uh-huh.
people will feel hot. Some people will feel cold. And when I first got involved in this, I would pick up a stone and I would not have that same sensation. So I thought there was something wrong with me. But what I have is it's a gut. I get a gut feeling.
Hmm.
It's an intuition. And so when I tell people and they say, I don't feel anything, I said, yeah, but there's a part of you that does. And just because you don't feel the tingling, you don't hear any voices, everyone senses it different. And it's just to let people know mine's just in my gut. My gut will tell me when something is correct.
Okay, interesting. So, but we're also talking about intuition, though, too, aren't we? Is
Yes.
that part of it? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My intuition is sometimes people will come in and will ask me a question. And I'll say to them, okay, you just got to give me a minute. But
Mm,
first, tell me what's going on in your life. And
mm,
when they tell me what's going on in their life, that's when my intuition kicks in to say, oh, it's this part of the body, it's that part of the
mm,
body.
mm.
You need to have this particular stone because of the particular issue that you're going through. So that's when my intuition and my gut feeling both kick in.
Mhm. One of our viewers is saying that their house is full of crystals. That's wonderful. Someone else is saying, I get hot and cold sensations. So, like you were
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
yeah,
Everybody feels it different, tingling.
interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. And also, I just wanted to let you know I'm wearing these bracelets here that Sandy made
Oh,
for
very
me,
nice,
and she
very
sent
nice.
them to me, and they're made. I guess this is lava stone, and you also
Thanks a
sent me
lot.
some oil to spray in there, almost
Mhm.
like an atomizer throughout the day. Is that
Yeah,
how it works?
that's how it works. Yeah, the lava stones, you can put the essential oils on. So you're getting a combination of the essential oils. I've got my bracelets on too today.
Oh, there you
I have
go.
a variety on. And I wear different bracelets. And like today, I've worn my chakra earrings, balancing earrings, and my tree of life,
Oh,
which has the
beautiful.
chakras, yeah, on it. And
Yeah.
let's see, there we go.
Yeah.
And every day before I come to the shop, I kind of think about, well, what kind of energy do I want to help support me during the day? So I pick
I
different things. And
see.
today I thought, well, I need my chakras balanced. So I'll wear my chakra balancing stones.
So a lot of people around here, have a lot of concerns about 5G. I mean, this conversation seems to be going in circles sometimes, but I think the general consensus is most people don't trust it, and they're also concerned about the ill effects, even of having, our lovely cell phones around us and everything. And I know that this is some of the stones that you selected here
Yeah.
are for protection. Can you explain what some of those are, and
Uh,
like why you
yeah.
selected certain stones? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, each one of those stones has a different vibration. And the one thing that I have learned is we can't stop technology. Technology is going to happen. However, what we can do is if we raise our vibrational rate
Mhm.
to be a higher rate than, say, disease or microwave towers or cell phones or radiation, we can stay healthy. But the way we do that, the way we raise our vibration is to eat well, positive thinking, uh, have crystals in your life because they do carry a vibration and a frequency, and do as many things as you possibly can to raise your own personal frequency. And by the most amazing thing is having a positive attitude because there is so much negativity on this planet. And if we can, and I hear every day, I'm so anxious, I'm full of anxiety and so full of fear. And I say to people, well, you've got number one, you've got to raise your vibration. Number two, you've got to find something you believe in. You've got to have faith in something. And number three, you've got to eat well and you got to take care of yourself and you got to get outside as much as you possibly can because being out in the wilderness is like one of the best things. Standing by a lake, you
Sure.
guys have the ocean, stand by the ocean, just go down there and absorb that energy and raise your vibrational rate as much as you possibly can.
Right. When I need to ground, I go to the beach.
Yes.
Barefoot, walk barefoot on the beach, sit
Yes.
there
Very
and do
good.
just
Yeah.
ground, connect
Yeah.
with Mother Earth and the energy as much as I possibly can. But we definitely need a lot of grounding, I think. Let's see what our viewers are saying here. that 5G interrupts the mind and body soul connection. Is that, do you know anything? Do you want to comment on that?
Well, if I was an expert, I would.
Mm,
I'm lucky I live in a town. They probably never will bring the 5G, but I will have to go to places that it is there.
right.
And I'm just hoping that they figure it out because I'm not a scientist. I don't know for sure. I just know when I'm not feeling well that there are certain things I need to
Mm,
do.
mm,
And um, it's like, what can we do at this point? We're just, if we all keep a positive attitude, and then if we do create our reality, well, let's
yeah,
create a reality. Let's focus on the positive of things
yeah.
getting better rather than focusing on the negative. And that's
Right.
my advice.
Well, that's like what I said in the beginning. We're not talking politics today because it lowers our vibration, and that's part
Yes,
of
it
the
does.
right. That is definitely the agenda of the Mockingbird mainstream media. So we know that it's not good to have that on, but most of our viewers don't watch it, or if they watch it, they watch very little of it because they
Little,
usually
yes.
watch my
Yeah,
reports, don't you guys? So
yeah, yes.
so
Yes.
this is the Truth Channel. Okay, so yeah, positive charge genetic applications. And all right, so Sandy, you look like you have a lot of goodies on that table behind you. I'm just wondering, I see a very long crystal over your left shoulder there. That's it's catching my eye. Is that a crystal?
This is actually selenite, and selenite is a top type of gypsum. And selenite, which I love about selenite, actually has a higher vibration than quartz.
Oh,
And
who knew?
if I don't know if you could see it, but it's a striated stone, which
Mm.
means that the energy goes this way,
Oh,
and the energy of selenite is like a shower. It can be very intense and yet it can be gentle at the same time. It's quick, quick, quick moving. So
mm,
when I saw these wands, I said, oh my gosh, I have to have them in the shop. But I thought, all I have to do is take this wand, put it
mm,
on my chest,
yeah,
sit there, take a deep breath,
right.
and I'm instantly calm.
Wow. You're
I don't
very
know if you
connected to these crystals.
can you guys feel that?
Yeah, we getting it right through
Are
you.
you feeling it? It's so
Ask every,
calming. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to sit here with a crystal on my chest.
yeah, go ahead because I wanted to,
Oh my, this
radiate
is
out to
great.
all of
Yeah.
our viewers. Please feel free to comment if you like about this. Yeah, listen, comment. See if you can transmute or if you can transfer that energy to all of our viewers. That's
I'm
great.
just visualizing the energy just going through. Well, if it's energy, it's
Yeah,
frequency, it's
yeah,
waves, and we have the internet and it's waves, then
yeah.
you can tap into it. You can tap into the energy.
Interesting. All right, somebody just told me that they found a massive piece of selenite bigger than that one actually at TJ Maxx. Believe it or not, is
It's getting out there. And however it gets out there, I'm so happy. I'm so
yeah,
happy that places are finding them. Yes.
yeah,
So crystal, the salt lamps are getting
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
And I'm
Are
just
they
happy that it's getting out there.
Are they all real though? I find some at like, for like $5 at like CVS. So like, can they really be that good? I don't think so,
No,
actually.
here's where your intuition comes in. Trust your
Okay.
intuition. When you pick it up, you'll just kind of get a sense. And granted, sometimes people can get stuff cheaper. And if you can find a
Yeah,
bargain, that's just great. So,
yeah. I think that was a lucky find, Sherry. Lucky for you. This
yes,
Sherry's
it
one of our
was.
regular viewers. Yeah, but
Yeah, and if you go to
she knew what it
people's
was.
yard sales, sometimes you can find amazing stones at yard sales because sometimes people pass on or they move and they leave their crystals and their all their goodies, and then the people who get their places don't know what to do with them, so they just sell them just to pass them on.
Yeah, someone's saying something about okay, how do you clear the crystal? So you don't really know where it was before, or maybe who could have jumped inside. You know what I mean? You don't know what could be. We have a someone that we interview who um, is a wizard, and he knows how to catch some attachments that people have, and he puts them in these stones, and then he goes and buries them or whatever. But how would you know if you ever found the stone? There's something negative
Yeah,
trapped in it. What do you
well, you
do?
know what? The quickest way is water.
Oh.
And the way I feel, well, this is just the way I
Okay,
feel. If I get a
sure.
stone, I think, well, this stone has traveled a long distance. What's the first thing I want to do when I travel? Take a shower.
True.
And I just rinse them. And then it's your thought process of clearing it. You can say a little prayer. You can just put positive energy into it yourself. Just say if there's anything in here that is not good for me,
Mm,
let it be gone.
mm,
Some people like rituals of bringing their crystals out into the moon and standing on their tippy toes and um, whatever makes you
mm,
feel comfortable, whatever makes you happy, whatever
mm.
is your ritual. I say I don't I don't like to have rules on the stones because the stones don't have judgment.
Right.
Once and people say, well, this stone can't be next to that stone because it will get upset. And I'm like, there's no judgment, there's no feelings in stones, there's just energy.
Mm.
And it's I don't know why this is doing this.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Well, we have another question from a viewer when you're ready.
Oh, here, hold. Can I get up just for 1 second?
Yeah, sure. Go right ahead.
I
Go
didn't
right.
plug in the. I didn't plug in.
Okay, no, not a problem. We're just going to take a quick break, folks, just for 1 second. Get your questions ready for Nancy. I'm sorry, Sandy Whitewinds. I'm looking at Nancy's comment. Sorry,
It's okay.
Sandy
That's all right.
Whitewinds. I'm saying
All
Nancy,
right.
so I'm looking
Okay,
at her
I'm
comments. I'm all
back.
messed up. I'm all messed up. Okay, so somebody's okay. What's the question here? So you're saying these stones, minerals vibrate by themselves, or do you need another energy source?
Oh no, they all have their own vibration. That's what's so unique. Is color is a vibration.
Mhm.
The stone itself, whether it's a crystal, a mineral, it has a vibration. And some people feel that they can lose their energy, but that's not what's happening.
Mm,
When you get a stone and say you're the type of person that you can really feel the energy of the
mm,
stone,
mm.
and you put the stone in your hand and oh my gosh, it's vibrating so fast and so hard. And then all of a sudden one day you pick up the crystal and you don't feel anything. And so people think it's
Whoa.
the energy, but that's
Uh-huh.
not what has happened. It is a
Well,
sign. It is a sign that you have raised your vibration to the rate of the crystal.
oh, I see what
Oh,
you're saying.
do you see what I'm
Got
saying?
it, got it. Yes, yes, yes. It
You
was
are
a
now
little late.
vibrating at the
Got it.
same rate, which
Yes.
means
Sorry,
it might
it's a little
be
slow.
time for it to move on to someone else or to
Oh,
find a new one. So it
got
never
it.
loses its vibration, but it's a great indication that you are now vibrating at a higher rate. Now, when you vibrate at a higher rate, you become like a crystal. Everywhere
Yeah.
you go, people are either attracted to you or they won't come anywhere near you. They'll just kind of like back, like, oh, I will literally have people who come to my shop that will go to walk into the shop and they
Yeah.
can't. They have to turn around and leave.
That's how I feel, when I would walk into a church. Like there was like this force field of energy that just repulsed me right out of there.
Yeah.
No, I'm
You
telling
know
you,
that there's something not right.
yeah. No, no, no. This was a force field. I mean, I'm telling
Yes.
you physically, like something
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
physically like a barrier, an energetic barrier. I'm like, what the heck's going on? Why do I feel this? I didn't really at the time know. Now I know, but I mean, I
Now you
didn't then.
know. Now you know why. So
Yeah,
trust it.
exactly. Now, how does somebody who is interested in this, so let's just say you don't have a specific reason or you're not sure where to start. Where does anybody start and how do you pick out a stone? How do you know what stones to start with if you want to just start collecting stones or you want to have that energy surrounding you? How do you start? How does anybody start?
Yeah. How does anybody start? Well, it's like how I actually got into it. My mother gave me this book. It was called Crystal Clear by Connie Church. And I read the whole thing. And as I'm reading it, I go, oh my gosh, I want this. And at the end of the book, it says, now take your crystal that came with the book and
Hmm.
start to use it, like hold it, meditate with it, and just get to know it. And I said to my mom, well, where's the crystal? She says, oh, it didn't, I only had the book.
Mhm.
So then I had to go on the search. And of course, back in 1989 in New Jersey, there was not that many um, places. So I ended up going to New Hope,
Oh yeah.
Pennsylvania.
That place
And
would have it.
and I knew that there was a little shop there, and I thought, now I'm going to go to this little kooky shop. And I went in there, and there it was my very first crystal. And I bought my crystal. I was so excited. I paid way too much.
Right.
Should have, but at the time I was just excited to have my first crystal, and then
Yeah.
my adventure began then. And that's when I started to learn more and more
Yeah.
and more about the stones and which ones I wanted, and then about the colors and the chakras and
Uh-huh.
how it balances. And then when I had the formal training, I learned even more about how to open and close chakras using the
Yeah.
stones. And in the beginning, I used to have every known stone in my pocket. And now, because I've connected with a lot of the energies of the stones,
Mhm.
there's only certain ones that like I like to wear once in a while. But
Interesting. Somebody made a comment saying the crystal will choose you.
pretty much,
What do
yeah,
you think? Yeah.
that is true. I'll have people walk into the shop, and the first thing I say to them is, "Don't read the card. Walk around,
Mhm.
look at the one that either catches your eye or that you feel a connection with of some sort. And then they'll go and they'll pick it up. I said, now read the card. And they read the card and they'll look at their eyes getting there. And they're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this is exactly what I need. I said,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
yeah,
That's funny. That's funny. So Sherry's asking, are crystals in Utah in the mountains there?
yes, there are.
So are there?
We're very fortunate. We have an celestial crystal that is actually, and not too many people know about it. It's called the Wawa Mountain Range. But these crystals are, the celestial crystals are, the legend is that they were placed upon the planet, and that when the people were ready for it, they would be uncovered. And so I guess in Utah, when I discovered them, I was so excited because the celestial crystal helps you to let go of personal baggage, to clear your emotions, and that this stone is here to assist us at this time, because it's about letting go of everything from the past, letting go of past lives, letting go
I'm gonna need a
uh,
big one.
childhood traumas,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
about letting go, so that we
Yeah.
can just move forward and not have to drag that bag of emotions around with us. And so this crystal is here to help us.
That's good because people, not everything gets reconciled, and it gets stuck. Yeah, we get
Yes.
snagged. It's like a sticker bush. This. It's like getting snagged by this sticker here and this sticker here, and it's like out, and it hurts. It
Yep.
hurts emotionally as you go through life. It's like, boy, what a good analogy that was. Okay, sorry, I
Yeah,
was just
and
doing yard
also,
work.
this state is, we're very famous for all of our rocks. We have
Yes.
jaspers, we have agates, we have obsidians, we have chalcedonies. I
Yeah.
mean, it just goes on and on and on. And you can go out rock hunting and practically get all the stones that you need. I remember when I first moved here and I went out for a hike and I saw my first red jasper just laying on the ground, and I picked it up and I looked at the person I was with and I said, do you know how much money I would have to pay for this back in New Jersey?
Yeah.
I'm just picking it
Yeah.
up off the ground. And I was like, okay, this is where I belong. This is my
Yeah.
state.
So someone's asking for the name of the crystal you were just talking about, Elestrio?
It's like celestial, but
Yeah,
it's Elestial.
Elestrial crystal. Okay.
Yes. And you can
Okay.
find
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
pretty much in any rock shop that
Uh-huh.
you go to. You'll be able to find them.
Well, Sandy has a Facebook page, and well, first of all, you're in your shop. So are you back open? Are you back open?
Yeah, I opened up the shop. Well, I did what was asked of me. I took
Okay.
my 2 weeks. They said 2 weeks. If everybody just stays home for 2 weeks,
Yeah.
well, then it got to be 3 weeks, and then it got to be, well, not till May. And I was like, I can't afford to stay
Yeah.
closed. I just
Right.
can't. And because I'm over 60, I thought I was non-essential. And the fact that I've had a few respiratory problems in the past, I thought, well, it's best if I'll take these 2 weeks.
Hmm.
Well, once I went through those 2 weeks, I thought, you know what? I'm okay. I'm going to be okay in the shop. I'm protected. And if I'm supposed to get the virus, I'm going to get it. And I'm just going to continue to live my life the best I can. Of course, being safe, doing the
Yeah.
things that are safe.
Right.
And so I opened up actually last week. And all my customers were so excited. And they said, Sandy, don't you ever think you're non-essential ever again. You are essential for our mental health. And I thought, okay.
Exactly. Well, no, no. We're about to talk about really what makes you essential in just a moment. And believe it or not, back in Jersey, the governor here has, deemed liquor stores essential. So let me tell you, I think it's a little bit subjective.
Well, for New
I think,
Jersey, I could understand. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
that's an
But
honest answer.
yeah, but we have like in Mesquite, which is very close to us, we have dispensaries and they're not allowed to be open. And there's so
Right.
many people who need. Luckily, I carry the CBD
Mhm.
oils. There's no THC in them because I'm not allowed to sell
Uh-huh.
THC in my
Uh-huh.
oil. But there are people who really need them for their pain, for their anxiety, depression. And that's what I've been mostly selling right now is the essential oils, some crystals, the
Mhm.
CBD, because it is helping people come in. There's like, I'm so anxious, I don't know what to do. And I've
Yeah.
said, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. You're going to do this, 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 and this, and
Mhm.
go outside and lean up against a tree
Mhm.
because we don't have an ocean.
Okay, I'm going to show some pictures of Sandy's shop here. This is beautiful. I can't wait. I was excited to get to this part of the interview because it's just so homey and comfortable and like spiritual and earthy, and it's kind of the kind of place that would make you feel like you want to go visit. So this is your shop right here. Is this right?
That's it.
Oh,
The
good.
show.
Look how cool it is. You have so many goodies there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so this is a picture of the inside of the shop, and interesting, like you said, there's stones there on the right table, and there's cards describing them. But as you said, you tell them to look at the stone first and then read the card. Interesting. I like that. Oh, you've got some big ones on the shelf over there. Those are huge rocks.
Oh yeah, those are
They're
most of
huge.
our local rocks. We
Yeah.
have we have what's called Indian blanket jasper, which is
Mm,
become very popular for people who do lapidary work. Unfortunately, the mine is not open to the public, and also they're running out
oh,
of the really pretty variety of colors right now.
mhm,
So a lot of those stones are just local stones that we have in the area, and I
mhm.
keep a lot of things to help people when they go out rock hunting that they know what they're looking for. So that
Oh,
helps them.
okay. Okay. Let me just take a look at just so everybody can see this too. This is the I just love the bracelets, and of course Sandy made some for my daughters as well, so they're really beautiful. These are some similar ones to the ones that I
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
Yeah, those right now that you're showing are anklets. We
Uh-huh.
have a lot of people, but I do make the bracelets very similar.
Right. Yeah, I can see their anklets, right. Well, exactly. Let me try and get to another page. Sorry about that.
That's okay,
Okay.
because a lot of my bracelets will look like the anklets. It's just
Yeah.
that usually with the bracelets, I do a little bit bigger stone, but at same type of thing.
Right, right, I see. Okay. And so this is one of the things I wanted to get to. I do want to go back to the CBD in a second, but I want to talk about this first because right now everybody is worried about boosting their immune system
Yeah.
and wanting to know what they can do about it. And I think you were talking about that with this product on your Facebook page. You want to
Yes,
explain that? Yeah.
the nat what's I know the gentleman who actually makes
Mhm,
this silver. A lot of
mhm.
people are familiar with colloidal, but the
Yeah.
difference is nano, the particles are so small, it literally can penetrate the skin and get into your muscles, into your veins, into your
Hmm,
bones.
hmm,
So it helps with aches and pains and things of that nature. But the man who makes it is a chemist and an engineer,
ooh,
and he knows what he's doing.
hmm,
It's distilled water and pure silver. And now, what process it goes through to get the silver infused into the
hmm.
distilled water, I'm not sure. But I've been carrying this product for over 8 years. And when I first started carrying in my shop, everybody says, "What is this? Some kind of snake oil?"
Yeah, it has a
For
dragon on it.
everything? I said, well, pretty much, because silver has been used for centuries
Hmm,
because silver bacteria cannot grow on silver.
hmm.
And they back in the Civil War, when the soldiers were wounded, they would literally take a silver coin and put it on the wound so it would not get gangrene. And
Wow.
then they used to, people in my area would say, yeah, I remember when my parents used to put a dime into the milk, and that would keep bacteria from growing. And then the story about, oh, you must have been born with a silver spoon in your mouth didn't have anything to do with wealth. It had to do with if you were eating off a silver spoon, you didn't
Mhm.
get the plague.
Oh,
That's why you're still
yeah.
alive. You must have been born with a silver spoon in your mouth because you're still alive.
So, what's with the dragon, though? Is there if we slay
Oh,
the dragon, is there
well,
some
St.
relationship
George,
there?
yes. Oh, I think that's so cute. St. George was a dragon slayer. And the way that the man who makes this, he feels that the nanosilver, the dragons are the viruses and bacteria and the molds. And so what it slays, the silver will slay the dragon.
Okay. I thought that the dragon was a spiritual, entity, though.
Well, you know what? It is.
So why would you wanna slay a spiritual entity?
That's just his
Okay. No, no, I'm not
joke.
questioning you. I'm just
No,
trying to get it straight for myself. There
no,
could
I
be
mean,
bad ones, I
I
guess.
love dragons. I believe
Yeah,
in dragons, but his
yeah,
analogy
yeah,
was,
slay the yeah, I get it.
yeah, St. George. Well, blame it on St. George.
Blame it on St. George. That's a good one,
It was
that's a good
all
one.
his fault.
Okay, I don't know if I have a picture of the CBD oil one here because I think that is an upcoming, remedy that no, I don't think I do, that, a lot of people don't know about. Now, let's see, what else do you have here?
It
Uh,
should be up there because I posted it recently to let people know. I have the CBD body lotions. I have
mm.
pain relief cream, and I also have the drops that you put under the tongue um, that work really well.
All right, I'm gonna actually just screen share your actual Facebook page because I think because I was someplace else. So
Okay.
here's the
Oh, right
page and
there.
here's
Yeah,
the
there it
bracelet.
is. It's right there. There's looks like these little bottles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the CBD.
Yeah, I was so CBD. Now there's different concentrations and stuff like that, right? Or
Yeah,
is this like
there's different
potent?
milligrams.
Okay.
The ones that I carry that are in the cream, I think the cream has like 250 megs. The oils that you put under your tongue, I have at 750
Mhm.
megs and also 1000 megs.
Whoa. Yeah,
That you'd
I
only
don't
need
think I can
a
get
couple
that.
of drops under the tongue once a day, and
Yeah.
that's that one that's just below the pretty color purple and orange, just below it.
Okay.
There's black
Here.
and white. That one. That's the one. That's the 1000. There we go. And then the pain relief cream.
Now, can you tell me about this pain relief cream?
Oh,
Because
it works so well. I actually started carrying it because I had a customer who said she brought in the jar and she said, Sandy, is there any way you can get this? And I said, well, let me find out. And it's made right in Las Vegas, which I was very happy because it was close by.
Mhm.
It has capsaicin in it, which is like a cayenne
Oof.
pepper that
Yeah.
opens up. It opens up the skin, and then the CBD hemp is then easily absorbed.
I see.
Every person that's ever bought it has always come back and said, "Please keep this
Yeah.
in stock." And I said, "Of course I will."
That's wonderful. I tried capsaicin once. Burned the hell out of me.
Oh yes, it
I'm
will.
sure I misused it.
Yeah, you have to be
I
careful with it. And I tell
yeah,
people after you put your cream on, make sure you wash your hands. Don't touch your eyes. So
yeah, right. No, the reason is because for people that's got, rusty hinges,
yes,
meaning, your
yeah, aches and
joints.
pains, sore
Yeah,
muscles. Yeah,
yeah. People with arthritis, is it good
yeah.
for that too?
Yes, it's very good for that.
Um, okay, so let's just take
And
another
then
look.
the oils that are on top
Yeah.
are very particular terpenes, and a terpene is a type part of the plant.
Uh-huh.
Some help you with pain relief, some help you to focus, some help you to be calm, some help you to be happy. So I carry the different ones. Most people use the pain relief. We
Yeah.
have a lot of people that are in a lot of pain,
Yeah.
uh, through injuries in life and
Oh yeah. Rusty hinges. Should
He
we?
hinges, yes, yes,
Oh
yes.
yeah, squeaky hinges, hinges
Uh-huh.
that don't want to move, things like that.
Yeah.
Do all now the products on the top also have the capsaicin in it as well?
No, those don't. Those are it's like in an oil. It's an oil base,
Oh, okay.
and then you put that under your tongue, hold it there for a second, then swallow it.
Oh, okay.
But you can actually use it topically. It's just
Mhm.
because it does have the CBD
Yeah.
hemp in it. So
Yeah, and here's the beautiful bracelet that I'm showing you right
yeah, it's
here.
real
This
cute.
is oh,
Yeah,
actually, wait, let's see. Get
yeah.
up there. There it is. See,
Each
there
one
it
of those
is.
stones,
That's Sandy's.
blocks
Yep.
electromagnetic. It's grounding and protective, and
Yeah.
it all of those stones um, are ones that help with the energies that
Mhm.
are not good for us.
I see a comment here. It says, "Yeah, I can make them in any size. I have more beads next." So it would be good if somebody wants to order these that you kind of tell them the size of their wrist.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
because
probably be good.
everybody has different size wrists. I have people from teeny tiny wrists to gigantic wrists, and
Right.
I want if somebody orders something, I want it to fit. And because I don't have a online store. I'm still old fashioned. You call me up or you email me, and we can take care of business that way.
Look, I just happened to notice that I commented on here.
Oh, you did?
Look, this is from December 4th, 2017.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God, wait a minute. You're actually talking to I didn't even notice. Look at this post. You're talking to me and Winston on this post here because
Yes.
Winston and
Yes.
I were sharing our
Yes.
bracelets. We did this one program where we were both
Yes,
holding
you
because
did.
Winston had
You
it. Yeah,
were.
yeah, yeah. Oh my God, isn't that funny? I happened to choose this one.
I mean, I can't believe it was that long ago.
I know, I can't either. That's scary,
The
actually.
heck?
Yeah. No, so Sandy, we've known Sandy a long time, and this is our first time. It's very look. I said this. I said I can't wait to tell your story on Goldfish Report this Friday, and or tell the story of the bracelets and everything. And now we're on Goldfish Report.
Yeah, we're on
Wow,
the Goldfish
how
Report.
cool is this, folks? How cool is
Yes,
this?
it
See,
is. I feel honored. Thank you, though. I feel
oh, and me as well. I mean, Sandy's done a lot to try to help me out with the kinds of attacks I've had. In terms of, and my viewers know I've talked about it. And I can say that it's been very helpful, and also for my daughters. So we wear these bracelets all the time. I had to take mine off during. Sometimes I can't sleep. I'm just so sensitive to have
yeah,
anything on
yeah.
me.
And
So,
that's
but I
why
keep it
I,
near.
I just recommend wear it when you feel
Yeah,
like just when you need to wear it and take it off when you
yeah.
need to wear it. So,
Well, I
yeah,
try to keep things like that, close by though. I mean,
yeah.
really, really close by. I see somebody here in the chat said that they keep, what do they keep under their pillow? They keep selenite under their pillow at night.
Yeah.
Duncan.
Yeah.
So Duncan O'Finian, as you all know, is a super soldier, and he's been he is a wizard and does paranormal work as well and removes
Mhm.
a lot of entities and energies from people, puts them in stones. So Duncan's the one I was talking about before, and he does talk about this, and he suggested something about salt, putting salt around you when you're sleeping, or maybe this a different purpose in the salt lamp though. Is it more
Well, yeah,
spiritual?
actually, the salt is the salt lamp, and
Okay.
it helps dissipate negative energy. So, and the amazing thing is I prefer to have a very dark room,
Uh-huh.
but I can sleep with the salt lamp on.
You can sleep with the salt lamp on.
Yeah, which is normally I have to have it pitch black in order for me to sleep, but with the salt lamp on, I sleep very
Yeah.
well
You
because
know,
it's calming and it
yeah.
dissipates negative energy. So,
I heard of this one place that is, I don't know what size lamps they have, but um I guess it's, I don't know if it's like a cedar room, and then there's like stone on the floor. People can come in and sit in the room, and it's all filled with Himalayan salt lamps, and people can just go in there in the room and like ground themselves, can cleanse their energy, whatever they do, whatever makes them feel good. There's like places that you just go in um to have like this salt lamp experience, like, and there's a lot of them in there. I don't know even if they're big, or there are many. I just remember seeing the image, how there were many, many, many of these lamps in there, and there's like these lounge chairs in there, and you go in there and
oh
you just kind
yes,
of
yes.
sit.
In Vegas, they have a few. I'm
uh,
one of these days. I'm going to have a salt lamp room here,
Oh, cool.
where you can just come in, sit down, get your negative ions, and be on with your day.
But it is all about energy, though. I mean, and you're talking about one of the things I wanted to just talk about briefly. I don't know how much time you have, and I know you've been talking. I'm really wearing you out.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm
Okay.
good. You're good. I don't
Okay,
even know
good.
what time it is.
Okay. Well, we're 44 minutes in, so we're good.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about frequency healing. And I know that the crystals are part of it, but how does I mean, we're all energy, and that's really
Yeah.
why all this works, because
Yes.
maybe you can explain, about frequency healing, because then we're going to go talking about this other product that you have. That guys, you got to listen to this. I mean, I asked Sandy about it before we started because I wanted to make sure, you know, that we could talk about it the way we can, because I really think this is a very, very, very promising healing modality. So let me just, oh, you know where it was? It was on the search. That's where it was. Let me go to the search page because I remember pulling it up there. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Actually I have to make it larger too so people can see it. I can't even see it. There we go. This is interesting. So maybe you can talk a little bit about the vibrational energy, and then we could talk about this product, or whichever one you want to do first.
Um, well, I've been working with LifeWave and their patches, the X39, the Aeon. They have several other different types that it's phototherapy, and it's to help your body um, use it. I guess I think I can say this to help your own immune system so that everything works well. I usually put the X39 on the back of my neck, and I have to say that I have had several really wonderful experiences with it, and mostly my energy level. I've had a few things that have happened to help my own body take care of the issues that are going on. I've got new hairs growing. My nails are growing. And they
Oh,
have an
cool.
excellent video that explains it, because all I know is it's for me,
Hmm.
it's like science fiction. But when I
Hmm.
first heard about it, I said, this is the next thing.
Yeah.
And I'm usually about 5 years ahead of myself when things happen. And within 5 years,
Hmm.
people usually catch up. But if you want to know more, definitely go to the LifeWave page
Hmm.
and it will explain it
Hmm.
better than I can, but it helps with pain relief.
Okay.
It helps with your mental clarity, because there are times where I just need my brain to work better. And there's actually one that you can put on the back of your ear. You can put it on your third eye. You can put it on the top of your head. It's funny. I can't put anything on my third eye because I feel like I can't see. I'm like, I can't see. So I need to have my third eye open. It's good for reducing inflammation. And I have several customers now that I've actually, what I would do is they would come in, what do you got for pain? And I put a patch on them and I'd say, listen, just wear it for a while. I had one lady, she came in, she's an older woman. She says, I have arthritis in my neck and I don't know what to do. I can't turn my head to the left or the right. And I said, well, come over here. Let me put a patch on you. And I put a patch on the back of her neck, right where she said that she had this, her arthritis. And she walked around the store and all of a sudden she turned her head and she went, Sandy? And I said, yes. She says, look. I said,
Wow.
yes.
Very nice. Oh, so I'm going to go into this a little bit. Let's take a look. Mental clarity. That looks amazing. Faster recovery from exercise, improved skin appearance. This is a newly finished study on the effects of X39 patches as powerful fuel to the life wave fire, showing clear benefit to normalize the function of the brain. Well, everybody needs one of these.
Yeah.
All human subjects showed measurable and statistically significant improvements in brain function, cognition, and coherence. No wonder so many people report that they can focus better, think clearer, and feel sharper. The studies, I guess he has the studies there. Okay, so here's
Yes,
the,
and
and
if
there's
you
a
go
link
to
there.
if you go to his page, the Lifeway page,
Yeah.
and you scroll down, I think it's on the bottom
Uh-huh.
left-hand side.
Mhm.
It gives you all of the studies that they have done, scientific studies to prove
Mhm.
how this works. And here again,
Yeah.
all I know is it works. And if
Right.
you want to know more, you
Right.
can go to the page and get the
Right.
information of exactly how it works. But it's light therapy. And
Yeah.
that's what I love, which is frequency. And um,
Okay.
people have used it for, like, say, if you're like a marathon runner, there are a lot of sports people now that are using it because it's not, there's no chemicals put in your body. It's
Hmm.
strictly light,
Hmm.
and they use it for their endurance, to help with them with their endurance as they're playing basketball or tennis. And also too, you can look up to see the different people that are actually using it, the sports people that are using it.
Okay. Let me just read what it says here too. It says,
Sure.
using our patented formula of phototherapy, light wave X39 patches elevates the peptide GHK-Cu, which is known to decline with age. When elevated, this peptide activates the body's stem cells, providing incredible benefits such as better wound healing, heightened energy, deeper sleep, rapid pain relief, and even a reduction in the appearance of lines and wrinkles. Backed by multiple clinical studies and 20 years of development, the LifeWave X39 patch, by activating stem cells, has been shown to provide the following health benefits, which we just talked about. Let me just see what else. So this is what it looks like here. Definitely, folks. I mean, these are like technologies. These are healing modalities that I think we should look into. And by the way, no, I really don't have. I don't have it under my pillow, by the way. It's not literally under my pillow, my 9 millimeter. Just in case anybody's wondering, it's in a locked box right under my bed. But it is kind of under my pillow, but under the bed in a locked box. So that's where it is.
Yeah.
Now I have to change the location for anybody who needs to
Yeah.
know. So just to clarify that, folks. Okay.
A mineral out here, it's called magnetite. And
Mhm.
magnetite is almost pure iron. And that's what they make steel out of it. We have a
Wow.
gigantic mountain of magnetite. And what I recommend to people is take these magnetite stones and put them on the four corners of your bed, and also on the bottom and at the top. And that also breaks up frequency too, as well. Because what magnetite will do is it will absorb negative energy and then it dissipates it. So it pulls it in. I recommend for people who do any type of
Oh,
healing, massage people, Reiki workers.
yeah.
And I recommend that you take a bowl with water in it and put the magnetite crystal in it. So when you're doing the therapy, you can put it under the bed or chair, however you work. Then the energies will be pulled into the magnetite. And then when you're finished with the therapy, you just chuck the water out. Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Someone just said, funny enough, how timely, that the crystal lamps, do they help with allergies too?
You know, I'm still working on that, of what it is with the allergies and why are we so affected by it, because I am.
Yeah.
It's interesting because back in New Jersey, none of the plants bothered me, but when I come out here, there's no DNA of the different weeds and the growth that's out here. So I've had to improve my immune system, but I'm very fortunate that, in St. George, we have an NAET practitioner who helps with allergy elimination. And I think you guys have several NAET practitioners that it really works. It seems it's a type of where they test you to see which allergy you're allergic to, and then you hold a vial. They do a tapping down your
Yeah.
back, and then you wear the vial for 24
Mhm.
hours, and then you're no longer allergic to that particular. And here again, it's frequency, it's
Mm.
energy clearing.
Yeah, they made pain cushions out of my kids for several years, giving them those allergy shots and everything.
Yeah,
That's terrible stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd rather get tapped.
Yeah, no, I do too, but I'm not going to get
You
into
got to do what you got to do to be comfortable. And like I say, once in a while, I got to go to the dark side, and I take an allergy relief medicine. So, but whatever keeps us happy and comfortable.
once in a while you have to go to the dark side.
Oh, at the dark
I'll leave that there.
side.
I'll
It's my joke, you know.
I know, but no, hey, every once in a while, you know what I say? I say everybody wonders about why President Trump has Fauci and these other people around him that are clear eugenicists, right? Or at least in line with Bill Gates and who's eugenicist. And it's like, you keep your friends close and your enemies closer. You
Filter.
just,
Yeah.
you
I know
almost,
that. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
sometimes you do have to, check in on what's going on.
We
So anyway, exactly. So for energy healers who tend to absorb, yeah, we have to like not absorb the energy of other people. So people who do energy work, like you're saying, can they don't really know how to discharge that energy, right? Is that how this magnetite will help them?
Yes, it will. And I do have a particular stone. It's called Healer's Gold. It's a combination of
Mm,
magnetite and pyrite together.
mm.
Pyrite is for the upper chakras and magnetite is for the grounding. But this stone is amazing that it's all in one. So it helps grounding of the higher chakras and also grounding and protective. It's like a shield. And the thing is that most people who are attracted to do any type of healing work are sensitive, and that's why they get into it. But
Right.
one of the things is, as you raise your vibrational rate and as you accept the fact that people, well, it's my belief system. This is just my belief system. We chose to come here. We chose to have the different things that are happening to us happen. And so we can't be mad at what's going on, because after all, we said, put me in, coach, I can do this. And so, as people who are doing different types of healing work, as they raise their vibrational rate, as they accept the fact that rather than feel sorry for someone because they're going through something, looking at them as strong souls. Wow, you must have been a really strong soul to take this challenge on, and you let people know they're strong and that they have this particular challenge. And once you switch that energy of you're a strong soul, rather than having empathy for somebody, you no longer take it on. It's like, oh wow, they're a strong soul, boy, they really took this one on. But in the meantime, until you get to that point, I have magnetite stones
Hmm.
that have the pyrite in it. It's called Healer's Gold. I have bracelets, I have earrings. And then you just surround yourself with magnetite until you get to the point where you're accepting pretty much everything that's happening.
Whoa. Okay, so you're saying definitely no purpose in playing it, not playing, and I'm not minimizing. Look,
No,
there's,
no, because people go through a lot of
yeah,
very horrible things people have gone through,
yeah.
and they just need to be recognized as a strong soul.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, because, you know, people can get stuck in victim
Yeah.
mentality. Um, but Sandy, I saw a video earlier this week that messed up my energy so bad that I was crying. I really was losing it on a report, and I never did that before. And I couldn't bear to see what they were doing to these children. And it affected me so deeply. It's very hard. It's very hard for us to accept that we agree to these things.
It is hard to accept that. It really
It's
is.
almost impossible,
Yeah.
really.
But you know what? We have lifetime to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where the peace comes in. And that's where, you do what you can,
Yeah.
you help where you can, and where you can't it's the serenity prayer.
Absolutely. Well,
It's
that's the whole
serenity
point.
prayer.
It's crazy. Many people see what's going on. We're seeing a little bit more, I would say, well, my report on Monday was called Trial Offer of Socialism Soon to Expire, because we are kind of
Goodness.
having
I like
this.
that.
Yeah, this has been a trial offer of socialism. How do you like it? So know how to vote in November, okay, folks? Look, if you like, it's encroaching upon our freedoms. It's encroaching. We're all kind of starting to worry. Is this? And I'm telling you, it's we have to stand up for ourselves, but there's such serenity. That's why they call it the serenity prayer, in realizing that there's some things that you don't have control over, and with things that you don't have control over, like you said, Sandy, you have to hand it over, give it
It's
over.
over. That's where your faith comes in,
Yeah.
and that you have a place to go to turn it over and give it up and
Yeah.
put it in the. It's like I say, I put it in the hands of, and I'll just call it God. I put it in the hands of God and say, "This is too. I can't handle this right now," and I hand it over. And I literally just will just make a gesture as though I'm handing it over, and then I get to back to my serenity again.
Your sister says there's something called uncle. So you you hand it over to uncle.
Yes, uncle, I've had enough.
So Sandy knows what I'm talking about. So I just want to tell you what a wonderful conversation this has been. Let me just see if there was any other comments out here. Yeah, grounding bare feet with rocks.
Yes.
Clearly, being outside is important. Um, was it possible to just repeat what you were saying about the moons? Could we? Is it? Do you charge your stones out in the full moon? Is that
Yeah,
a good
oh,
thing to do?
absolutely. People have been charging their crystals and stones out in the full moon because that's when the energy is the most intense.
Mm,
But like I say, find a ritual that works for you. I mean, it can be anything, just something that makes you feel good. Um, like I say, I like to rinse my stones. I like to put them in salt. I like to uh, just because it makes me feel good. It's something for me.
mm. Okay, now I actually have heard that before. So rinse them in water,
Hmm.
and that kind of helps to clear the energy out of them.
Hmm.
Um, if somebody, now we haven't talked about this part yet, if somebody feels like there's some sort of negative attachment, if they have even like a negative energy attachment to them, what um, that may need intervention. Is that something you can suggest what people can do about that, or?
Well, we have the stones
Uh-huh.
that help us. We have sage smudge. You can burn sage.
Oh, you're right, you have sage.
Um, yeah, and when you burn sage, that helps to dissipate negative energy. And sometimes you just have to speak to the energy and ask it to leave.
Right.
And I remember going to this one time and them saying, "Now just remember, if you ever get an energy attached to you, just keep telling him, I know I'm a bright light, but I'm not the brightest light. Turn around. Turn around. There's a brighter light. Go to that light. I'm bright, but I'm not that bright."
Yeah.
So this is what I tell people to do. I said, speak to
Yeah.
the energy, tell them to just turn around, look for the brightest light.
My Shari says my ritual is sunshine and chocolate.
All right. That's good. Chocolate's good for you. Know it's got copper in it, and we need copper.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's very good. Qigong or however you pronounce it. What that's also a good I mean, if people really want to try and get in touch with trying to be more in touch with their energies around them, is that a good practice to start doing something like that?
Oh
Or
yeah,
if they don't feel
I,
it,
you
they
know
want
what? Awareness, um, definitely awareness, becoming aware of your surroundings, where you go, how you're feeling. Like if you walk into your room and it's just not feeling right, that's what they have the practice of
mhm,
feng shui. It's the
mhm,
art of placement. It's putting beautiful things in certain corners of the room.
okay.
And if your room isn't feeling right, I always recommend go to one of the corners, stand in the corner and turn around and look out. That's where I determine
Mm,
different ways of placement, but I also do follow some of the feng shui.
mm,
But the most interesting thing is that I found out there are grid lines.
mm,
I'm thinking every 24 feet, and these grid lines go through everywhere in your house,
mm,
and then they cross. And right where they cross, there's usually what I call a vortex of energy.
mhm,
And in my bedroom, I was having the hardest time sleeping. And I was like, I do not know why I move my bed, I move this, I move that. And one day I took my dowsing rods and I walked into the room, and where there's energy lines, they will, for me, they separate. And then where they cross, then they'll cross. Well,
mm.
right where the energy crossed was where my pillow was.
Hmm.
I had to move
Oh.
my bed in such an awkward, I mean, if you walked in and said, boy, that's a really weird, but it was the only way to get out of the cross lines of the where the energy cross was creating vortex, and you can't sleep with a vortex over your head. So
Wow. Like who would know that though, right? Are you a
who would know
dowser
that
too?
unless
Are
you
you a
really, yeah. Well, I
are,
just knew there was something wrong in my room, and
yeah.
I would sage it. I had my
Uh-huh.
crystals in there. I had my
Mm,
salt lamp in there,
mm,
and I moved my bed from every angle that I possibly could because
mm.
the room's not that big.
Uh-huh.
And then something I was showing someone in the shop about how these, if you use these dowsing rods, where you can find out, like where I have my table where I make my jewelry, I have a vortex there.
Hmm.
And when Winston would come and visit, he loved to sit there. He said, I'm going to sit here. And so you can use the energy. And also, there's also right where I have my cash register and people talk with me, there's also a vortex where the energy crosses. And when people
Whoa.
stand there and they start telling me what's going on with them, sometimes they just break down. But that's because
Oh.
they're completely open and there's such good energy for them. So, yeah, you kind of got to. Some
Yeah.
people would just be able to say, oh, you've got one here, you've got one there, just
Right.
sensitive wise. But
Mhm.
sometimes I need tools. I like tools, they're fun.
Are you a dowser though? I mean, you know how to do
Uh,
dowsing and
well,
stuff.
I've used like the little pendulum dowsers to
Uh-huh.
ask questions, but I don't always trust myself with it because I know it can make it say yes when it should say no.
Yeah, what's with the pendulum? I've had this like love-hate relationship with
Yeah,
mine. It doesn't really, it's like it'll tell you I realize it was probably me asking the question the wrong way because
yeah, you
um
do have to ask the right question. Yeah,
right. Like I kept thinking it was operator error,
yeah,
and it would get tell you I'd ask it a question and say yes, and I double check it would say no.
yeah.
It's just like, okay, I've had it with you. I am not doing it was like, I'm telling you, it was a really on and off relationship with this thing because it
Yeah.
was
With
so unreliable.
for me with the pendulums, the only way I can use it is when I really truly do not have a desire for the outcome.
Oh,
I can find lost articles, keys, paperwork, money, because I can ask a question because my subconscious
mm.
remembers. And so but if I say, am I going to win the lottery today? Of course, it'll say yes. What
Right. Because
lottery did you win? Did you win the lottery of life? You're alive, sun
do you
came out.
do you have pendulums there too?
I do.
You do. Okay, so that was interesting what you just said. What you said was that you can't have an attachment to the outcome of what you're asking,
Yeah.
or is that what you said?
Yes. For me.
No, I think
Yeah.
I think it's standard for everybody because I
Yeah.
think it works that
Because,
way.
here we get, again, we have the frequency and
Yeah,
thoughts are so powerful
yeah.
that we literally can change something if we want to.
But we're so far more powerful. We can, if we tap into our high selves we can get that information. We don't need to rely on the pendulum. So,
Exactly. It's
you
just
know,
a fun
let's,
tool. I mean,
yeah.
and they're pretty. A lot of them are really pretty, and
Oh,
they're
yeah. I mean, I have to get new ones. I have, I don't think I have the correct one. Well, the one I was using broke accidentally.
they do.
It happens. You definitely broke. I found a video on your page that I wanted to screen share for just a minute. Actually, it's 2 minutes long. It's about it's a video that you have on what is phototherapy. Do you mind if we play that?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, let's play this and see. Let's learn what phototherapy is real quick because I really want to. Fascinated by this. So let's see what we can learn.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is David Schmidt, founder and CEO.
Oh, it's not 2 minutes. Sorry.
Oh, that
So I'm
one's
gonna have
longer.
to.
There is one that shows, gosh,
Very
which one is
specific
it?
wavelengths of light.
Sorry, Sandy. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
good one. That talks about it.
Yeah, let me just back up a little bit to where we get to the beginning here. It's just spinning.
Yeah, there's a couple I think I put
To the
up.
skin.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's a little delayed. That's why forgive me. It's off right now. What did you want to say?
No, I just said there's a couple of them. There's one that's really there it is only 2 minutes that explains it, and it's just pictures and showing about the light and phototherapy. But if you go on to thelifewave.com, it will.
Yeah, it will as well. Well,
Yeah.
let me just see what we can find here.
See if you
And
can
the
pronounce it.
patch is immediately
Pardon?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. There's a delay in this, so unfortunately, that's why that keeps happening.
activated
All right, let me just see what he's going to say here.
dermal technology. That means that there's no ingredients going into the body. Instead, the patch is stimulating the surface of the skin with light. And by the way, this is a technology that I invented and patented, and currently I have about 100 patents that have been issued and pending that are global. So how does this work? Well, with the X39, you can simply apply the patch just about anywhere on the body and it goes to work. Now, the two locations that we recommend for convenience, one is on the back of the neck and the other is below the belly button, and you can of course see that illustrated here. So what happens? Well, you apply the patch to the surface of the skin and the patch is immediately activated by body heat. Now, keep in mind that body heat is a form of light, infrared light, and this will activate the patch and cause it to reflect very specific wavelengths of light that will stimulate the surface of the skin. In science, this is called photobiomodulation, and it's an area of phototherapy, but it simply means that when we stimulate the skin with light, we can cause very specific chemical reactions in the body. Just think about how the sun causes the body to produce vitamin D. It's the same biochemical process. So we use very specific wavelengths of light that are reflected by our different patch products. Of course, today we're going to focus on the X39, but each patch has different materials in it that reflect different wavelengths of light. These will again stimulate the surface of the skin, and this stimulates the nerves. So when we're stimulating the nerves, we can then send a signal through the body that will produce a very specific biochemical change. So in the case of the sun, ultraviolet light is used to cause the production of vitamin D. But we can use other wavelengths of light to produce other biochemical changes. And this is what LifeWave is all about.
Wow, that's interesting because
It
that's so fascinating, Sandy.
It is. The man is a genius. I did go to the convention back in January, and I was just so amazed at how he was able, how his brain works, that he was
Wow.
able to put this into a patch that activates the phototherapy.
Yeah, I mean, it's very true. Now, I knew the scientist who wrote the book on up in Boston, wrote the book on how the sun, everybody needs 15, 20 minutes of sun every day in order for your body, for these wavelengths, as he just explained, to stimulate your body's own production of vitamin D.
Yeah.
And not long after that, you know, the medical association shut him down because they're trying to tell everybody to use sunscreen and block that so you don't get vitamin. I mean, look, this is how sinister this is, folks. I'm telling you, right, Sandy? They shut him down.
I don't wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
There are other things that you can use. Did you know that grapeseed oil is a natural UV ray protector? Grapeseed oil.
Grapeseed oil.
Grapeseed oil.
I hope everybody's taking notes like I am.
Go to the grocery store, get yourself a bottle of grapeseed oil, put that on your skin. But also, David Schmidt said that when he wore his X39, he was down in the Caribbean, he did not get sunburned.
Dave Schmidt? Who's Dave Schmidt?
David Schmidt is the inventor of the LifeWave.
We just okay.
Experiment. So sorry. So
No,
sorry.
no. The people know why I'm asking that
That's
question.
all right. I
Not the
just
guy
threw
that's
that in because
okay.
he did say, "Hi, I'm David Schmidt," and then I was
Okay.
like, "Okay." But anyway, they have these different things. They go to the Caribbean, and he said he says, all I can tell you is I wore my X39 on the back of my neck. I'm easily to sunburn. He was telling us this at the convention. And then he says, I didn't get sunburned. So he says, all I can say is, when you're out in the sun, if you've got fair skin, wear your X39, but also grapeseed oil has natural UV ray protector in it, and it's good for your skin.
So, so when you put the patch on, do you go out in the sun? You're supposed to go out in the sun?
No, you don't have to. No,
oh, you don't have to. Okay, so it's not part of the instructions.
But summer's coming.
Yeah,
we eventually will be able to get to the beach and get outside, and so if you wear the X39 patch, it will help you with not burning.
Okay, that's very good. Yeah, well, I just wanted to know if it was overall the instructions because they're talking about different wavelengths. So would you, whether you need
different wavelengths create different things in the body, and he was just explaining about the.
Well, I was just asking whether you had to be exposed to the sun to get those wavelength things to happen. So okay.
However, he invented it, it's actually in the patch.
Okay, so it's in the house.
The heat of your body activates the light wave in the patch, the photo thing. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to say this so it's the right way without saying
I understand.
something I'm not supposed to say.
I understand. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't, aside from the protection from the UV rays, that you didn't need to have the, you didn't need to be in the sun to actually activate whatever the biomodulation.
That's why it's great. Like if you live in places, like if you live in places like Alaska where there's hardly any sunshine, these patches are really wonderful for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. That's really good. And what about hormones? Somebody's asking about hormones, and that is a topic nobody really talks much about. But honestly, it's a topic, especially for women and for men too, but particularly for women, that really, well, we know that the Japanese don't experience the kind of menopausal symptoms that Western women do because they eat more seaweed, they eat more ginseng and things of that nature. Is that why? And what can women do about the whole hormone issue?
Yeah, well, that is one of the things is definitely to take vitamins, minerals. LifeWave does have a patch that helps with the hormones. I think it's called the SP6. That's something that you can look into, but there are so many different things, but it's like adding different things like iodine and to your, because I'm pretty sure kelp has the iodine in it.
Okay.
The fact that you guys live by the ocean, sometimes just going out and breathing the air will help, but a lot of people do suffer from hormone imbalances, and there's several natural things that you can do. Just do some research on it and change your diet. I know diet is a huge thing.
Right.
That's easier said than done.
Okay. All right, that's good because I didn't know if there was something specific to okay, so you're saying that it's the iodine. You know what? There was something. What about quinine? Someone told me that quinine and tonic water was the cure for coronavirus. It's not verified, but
it's not verified. But the military, when they way back, I'm not good with years of the wars, but when the military was in Africa, and to keep the soldiers from getting malaria, they give them a little bottle of quinine and a little bottle of gin or vodka, because we know that if you take tinctures under the tongue, if it has the alcohol in it, it helps to open up the pores so that it goes in. So they would give them a little bottle of the quinine and a little bottle of the alcohol, and they would take it daily to prevent the malaria. So finding that so if you drink gin and tonic and you take your Z-Pack, it's supposed to help.
That's why the liquor stores are open and considered
Yes,
essential.
it's essential. But the thing is, you can't get quinine anymore because it was deemed as dangerous
Right.
way back when. But it's like anything. If you take too much of anything,
Yeah.
But I mean, people were very upset when they took the quinine water off because it would stop leg cramps.
Well, you can't get it anymore, you're saying, no?
No, only through the tonic water. Only with the tonic water.
So
Tonic water does have quinine in it.
so the whole idea and the gin was
And
the
gin is just to open up the stomach and so that it would get into your system quicker.
Did you hear that, folks? Gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic and
Oh my God.
and
If you need a reason for drinking,
Z-Pack
you got one now.
Yeah, that's what I've been reading. So I make sure I have my tonic water, make sure I have a little gin or vodka, and let's see what else. And luckily, I have a place I can say, "Can you give me a prescription for the Z-Pack?"
Right.
So,
Yeah, exactly. And
but
the
so
Z-Pack
far,
too.
don't go out and start drinking gin and tonic just because.
Just yet. Yeah. Unless you have
It's
a yeah.
preventative.
It's preventative, yeah. No. Well, I mean, I'm telling you, there's got to be a reason why they have those liquor stores open. Okay, essential. I consider, for all the reasons we talked about today, that your kind of shop is an essential shop. But
Thank you.
again, if the CDC is in control of this, they wouldn't consider it to be essential because, they that's how they are. They
Yeah.
want to shove synthetic pharmaceuticals down everybody's throat as much as they possibly can. And we talk about that on the GoldFish Report on other programs.
Yes.
And, we just want to know that this is about self-empowerment. I mean, not only are we trying to get the truth out to people, but we are trying to empower people too. And we really hope that we really hope that you enjoyed this program today. I was looking forward to doing this with Sandy for a long time,
Oh,
and
thank you.
I'm really
Thank you.
yeah, I'm really happy we finally got to it
Yeah.
today, and I just love all the information you talked about. I'm going to have, let me see if I already have it down here. Yeah. What I have is your Facebook page and your store phone number listed for contact. If people want to reach you or contact you, place an order or anything that the things that we talked about today or other things, whatever, this is the place to go. Is it the Facebook page, which also has, I'm going to screen share it just so you can see. Yeah, just so you can see that her address, and there's a little map that here we
And
go.
if you Google rock shops or if you Google
Yeah.
Whitewinds, it will come up. I'm
Yeah.
on there.
So here it is. It says Highway 18 and Main Street, Enterprise, Utah, and it tells you the Enterprise in the southwest corner, not the
Southwest,
Enterprise.
yes.
Let's be clear about that, because what state has two towns with the same name? I thought only New Jersey.
Only Utah. Only Utah.
Yeah, do you miss Jersey at all, Sandy?
Yeah. Well, my
do.
family's there. The ocean. I
Right.
do the ocean.
Yeah.
Especially in September when it's really nice. So.
Yeah, it is a good time, and the water's nice and warm too because
Yes,
it's
it
been
is.
warmed up from the summer. Well, so here it is. Here's our phone number. You can get directions here, and just come here again. You can take a look. It's White Winds Rock Shop and Trading Post. So that's two words here. I think I pronounced it as
well.
one
The way I have my name is Whitewinds is one word, but my shop is two words.
Got it. Oh, okay. Got it. All right. So that's it. So that's where, and of course, your phone number is right here as well. So you could always call. Now,
Yes, you can just call.
If people can't obviously all get to you in Utah, they can just call you up and place orders over the phone,
Yes,
right? Yeah,
absolutely.
and then you can just ship it out.
I ship all over.
You ship all over the place.
All over the place.
I have to tell you what a pleasure this has been, and I hope you come back and we'll do it again. We'll talk about another topic, and
we'll find another topic.
Yeah. So, well, I want to also thank all of our viewers for viewing, and all of our live chat viewers who have joined us as well. It's been a pleasure having you all there, and also, putting your comments in, and and interacting with us during this program. Oh, thanks, Sherry. Sherry says this was an awesome show, so she's happy, and she's a good they're all good. They're all wonderful. I mean, our viewers are the best, I have to say, and
Yes.
and they're really the only reason I'm doing this.
Well,
Honestly, it's
I
for
have to
them.
say, we
For them.
appreciate you doing it because
Yeah.
it takes a strong person. You're a strong soul.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you. So are you, my friend. Another two Jersey girls. All right.
Yes.
What a show. So, look, thank you so much. And we'll be back again, folks. I have her information in the description section of the video. Thank you all for joining us. And we'll be back and we'll talk more about the stones and healing and frequency. And I have to tell you, folks, definitely try to look into, I'm going to be looking into this patch and seeing this. This is exciting because we need
Yes.
we need new healing modalities. We need new
Yeah.
healing, like the
Yeah. And
Himalayans.
this is like, it's going to take a while for people to get used to, but if you do decide to order,
Yeah.
please go to my website of thelifewave.com/Whitewinds Rock Shop.
Okay, I didn't know you had that.
Yeah.
TheLifeWave.com.
Yes. And then / White
Okay.
Winds Rock Shop. And that will put you on, because if it says you have to have a sponsor or someone, a distributor,
I see.
and then it would go to my page. So
Okay, actually, can you send that to me, and I'll
I
make sure.
will.
Yeah, just to make sure I have that. All right, I will include that also
Okay.
in
I
the.
might have it actually on my Facebook page with the picture of the life wave. I'm pretty sure it's on there when I put it up.
Okay, I'm gonna. All right, we'll work that out, and
Okay.
then I'll post it in the description section. Just
Okay.
stay tuned, Sandy. Stay there for just a minute while I close out. Everyone, thank you for joining us. I will be back tomorrow night with a POTUS report. So I did not do one last night, just did too busy, and I will be back tomorrow night with a POTUS report. So stay tuned for that, and any upcoming interviews that we may have as well. And we'll see you next time. So thanks for viewing. And this concludes this edition of the GoldFish Report. And to all of our live viewers, I want to thank you so much for viewing us, staying in our live chat and joining us live. It was a pleasure to have you with us. Thanks for joining us.